What's up, Internet? My name is Michael Cook, this is Blue Giant Media, and we're here to connect through gaming. Today, we're going to put the spotlight on Wisdom of Solomon, a game by Philip DeBerry, published by Fun Hill Games. We're going to take a quick look at the rules overview, get a feel for how it plays, then we'll come back and let you know what I do like, what I don't like, and who may or may not like Wisdom of Solomon. Here I have Wisdom of Solomon set up for 2 players. I've done the initial market purchase, that's why this isn't full. It's just the first round that this is not going to be full. It's going to be filled at the end of each year or round. So anyway, this player is going to be the first player, and I'm going to go ahead and send them right here to build. So I'm going to spend 1 stone, wood, and food in order to build this, and I will get 7 points. And it will give me a special place that only I can go for that action. Also, whenever you build, so let me give my, before I forget, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And whenever you build, you can get a chance to put out one of your customs houses or put out one of these to build up your route. So I'm going to go ahead and go like that and like that. So now whenever I send one of my workers here where I have the custom house, not only am I going to get the resource from here, I will also get any resources that are connected by these routes, so long as I'm not blocked by either another player's pawn, or if I was going this way, if there was an opponent's custom house there, then that blocks it as well. But now, whenever I go here, I'll get both stone and wood, which is quite nice. Alright, then you're going to go ahead and go over here, and you're going to likewise do the same thing with this monument. You're going to spend 1 copper, 1 stone, and 1 food, and you will get 3 plus 7. You'll get 10 points. And then you can also do this, and you want to find a place where you can get both copper and stone, but it's also even better for you to get this wild ingredient, because the blue is an exotic good. It's wild. So now, what do I want to do next? Well, there's many things we can do. You can go here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what that action does. It lets you interact with the market here. You can buy and sell different resources for points. So I could buy these 2 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this one for another 2. So I'm going to spend 7 in order to get these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And whenever you go here or here, you have the ability to play one of these fortune cards, which are normally kept secret, but I've got them face up for now. And you can only play one when you go in these spaces. They're worth 2 points to you at the end of the game, but they also give you some special abilities during the game. So this one, for instance, says to collect double the resources for a future worker placed at a location this year. So that would be nice for going here. Just wait allows you to slide everything down and purchase again, which there's not anything there. So we'll go ahead and do this. That means that when we place a worker here, we will get 2 stone and 4 food, as long as there's enough of it there. So we're going to go ahead and play that card. Alright, then let's see where the other place that you could go is over here. That would allow you to turn in 1 good to get to any 2 other goods, as long as they're not exotic. So that's what that does. We're going to go ahead and send you over here to get stone and an exotic good. I will then send somebody here to utilize this to get my 2 and 4. Alright, then you... Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go here to turn this stone in to get 2 copper. And this says I can play this one for promotion to take a worker back from the board. So you can see that these are pretty useful. They do a lot of really interesting things. Alright, what I want to do now is utilize this. This is I'm the only one who can utilize that. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to jump over here and build part of the temple. So when you're building part of the temple, you pay either a gold and a copper, or a stone, wood, and food, plus 1 additional resource of any kind for each worker that's already there. So I'm going to go first, and I'm just going to use 2 resources. But if I went there again later and wanted to use the same thing, it would then take me 3, these 2 plus another. So I'm going to go ahead and pay these 2 resources, a gold and a copper, and that will let me take one of these, which is going to be numbered anywhere from 6 to 10 points. You keep that hidden. It's not going to be factored in here until the end of the game. And then you also get to draw another favor card, or fortune card. So this one says I get to just take another one of these temple tiles, which is quite nice because one of the ways that the game ends is when all of these are gone. Either that or when someone plays all of their custom houses. And then at the end, whoever has the most favor is going to be the winner. You'll total up, you'll add on some of the things like these, which can be worth a lot. All right, so we're going to come back over here to you. You're going to go here to get resources again. And then we'll come over here to me. I'm now going to go here and spend 4 food to activate this card. That gives me, because it says I can give 2 food 2 times for 6 points each. So that's 12 points. 1, 2, and 12. Then we will come over here to you, and you're going to do the same type of thing. So you're going to spend 2 copper, 1 stone, and then 1 exotic to count as the other stone so that you can do yours twice as well. And that's going to give you 16 points. So go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points. Pretty nice. Then what I can do, I can go ahead and go in one of these spaces up here. I could go somewhere else again, but these are really, really, really powerful. They give you both control of first player token next round, but also they give you some really nice benefits. Like going here gives you 3 fortune cards. Going here, if an opponent was hoarding resources and they had 7 or more, you'd make them discard half of them rounded down by giving them to you. Here you'll get 1 exotic good and 8 points, and here you'll get 1 of every other kind of resource. So I think I'm going to go... I have a decent amount of resources already, so I'm going to go again and go here, and I'm going to take this and 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The other thing is, in a 2-player game, only 1 person can go here. In a 3-player game, only 2 people can go in these spaces. So now that I have gone there, you cannot go there at all. And now you got to figure out what you're going to do with your leftover dudes here. So the game is going to continue like that until all of these are gone, or someone's got all their custom houses out, and you'll total up your points at the end of the game. So we've got trading 1 for 2, interacting here, and I didn't show that, but you can sell resources back. So you could go here and you could buy something for 2 and then sell it for 5. So you can do that back and forth. You just get 3 interactions. So that's a way for you to get resources, or points, is by getting resources and then selling them at the market. At the end of the round, everything that's there slides down, and they refill up to 2 in every space for a 2-player game. In a 3-player game, 4-player game, 5-player game, there's more. And likewise, there's more temple pieces in a game with more players. So then you can go here to build temples, here to build buildings. These don't slide down until the end of the round as well, and then they refill. You can get any of these spaces here, and that's pretty much the game. As you get here, you can get points off these cards, and you're really just trying to balance where you're going to get your points from, and the game really only takes like 4 or 5 rounds, so it's pretty quick too. Alright, so now you should have a pretty good idea of how to play Wisdom of Solomon, so I want to let you know what I like about the game. First off, I think it's a great twist on worker placement, which twist on a mechanic seems to be the thing that gets used a lot with a lot of games these days. Innovation's hard to come by, so those twists, they're worth seeking out, in my opinion. I really think that the way that you work with the market is super interesting. How you can buy something and then turn around and sell it right away, but is that the most efficient use of your stuff? Maybe you want to try and build up your trade route so you can get a whole bunch of stuff and then come back and sell it. You can get a little bit more of a payoff. Do you want to build more buildings? That gives you more options, also scores you some points. Or do you just want to keep on getting stuff and building the temple? There's a lot of different angles in it, and I really enjoy building up the trade network a ton. I get a kick out of it. So I love building the buildings, getting the points from them, maybe getting some really cool actions or some extra bonuses or different things like that, and then going over and increasing my trade network, my trade route, so that when I do go over there, I get a whole bunch of resources. So that's immensely satisfying to me. I really enjoy it. The favor cards can be really interesting. Sometimes they they just break the rules in different ways that are really satisfying. So I think it's really well designed as far as what things you get to do, what things you're restricted from doing, but then maybe you get a chance to do it later. Well done. Well done, Philip DeBerry. I really enjoy this game quite a bit. Sheesh. The tension on deciding, do I want to pass the rest of all my workers so I can grab one of these sweet spaces up at the top, is also, there's a lot of tension there. There's a lot of tension in a whole bunch of different spaces, because the spaces are limited. The spaces that are especially good are limited. I guess overall there's plenty of spaces, but just a lot of them aren't good. Like, your trade route has tons of different places to go, but most of them aren't good unless you've built up a trade network. So the places that are actually good to go, that you want to go, are limited enough that you really, every single time, like, man, I hope I get to do this, I hope I get to do this. And then, do I want to try and push further, or do I want to go ahead and take one of these up here so that I get to go first next turn and also get like this really ridiculously sweet, overpowered move that I can do. So, super awesome. Things that I don't like about the game. The art it's good, but it's not like, wow. When I look at the board, it looks a little bit drab. That's ticky-tack to me. I'm not a big theme and all that kind of stuff, although I do really like the theme. It's a theme that's, I don't think that there's a lot of biblically themed games that do really well. That a lot of times they just come off a little bit half-cocked. This one is super, super rock solid. I think it's one of the best. So I very, very, very much enjoy that. Back to things I don't like. I think these days we're getting spoiled with games like Wingspan and Chimera Station and all these other games with really cool components, because I'm sitting here looking at these little cubes for the goods and I'm like, maybe they could have done a little bit more with that. But again, ticky-tack. You know, I also, going back, I keep going back and forth, but the size of the box, I actually really like that. It's extremely small form factor, which means it fits really well on the shelf, fits really well in a go bag to go somewhere and play. The solo mode is not challenging enough. So that's a both like and dislike, is that it has the solo mode and it's still fun. I've played it, 3 or 4 times, but at the same time I have annihilated the dummy player. Like, annihilated. I think one game I almost tripled their score, so wasn't close at all. So I maybe there's some other way to handicap it so it's closer, but I wish that the solo version, whatever, was a little bit more challenging. But I still, like I said, I still really enjoy playing it regardless, just because it's a fun game, fun puzzle, fun way to build up. If you like games that have kind of those different paths to victory, there's not like 8 paths to victory in this game, but trying to decide between, okay, I can get these goods, maybe I just focus on trading and playing with these favor cards, so I'm just going to do a trade, play a favor card, go over here and build a portion of the temple, get favor card, go over here and trade, play favor cards, and you're going to try and focus mainly on that, or you're going to try and go and get buildings and then increase your trade route, or you're going to try and find a balance between those two things. Are you going to go for just a couple specific buildings so that you have a little bit more flexibility within one of the other strategies? I think I really enjoy the kind of back and forth tension between it. If you like quick games, this is surprisingly quick. And I don't know, I haven't really timed myself playing it that much, but it always just feels like it's over so fast. And I think that's because it usually is only like 4 or 5 rounds. It goes quick. It accelerates. The first round, you feel like you're just kind of setting some things up, maybe building a building, maybe you're starting to get a little bit in your trade route, maybe you're just chugging along and building a portion of the temple, build a portion of the temple. But it zips by, it accelerates as someone has these different buildings and they all start steamrolling, getting these good engines working. You have a big old trade network and it starts to get you tons and tons of resources, and then it's snowballs. Steamroll, snowball, steamball. So it really picks up steam there, and it's a lot of fun. So if you like that kind of game that's quick and just filled with tension at the same time. Makes you want to be like, all right, I'm ready to go again. This does that, at least for me, and I think it will for a lot of fans of worker placement games. If you are not a fan of biblically themed games, obviously that's going to be immediately something that either takes this completely off it was never on your radar and you're probably not watching anyway, or maybe it's one of those things that just make you I can overlook the theme if the mechanics are there. Well, then the mechanics are there. But if the theme gives you that much pause, or any sort of pause, then obviously that's just going to be something that you're not going to like. I do think sometimes it's over too fast. There's, to me, a little bit of a difference between being left wanting more and thinking, I just want more. Like, it's not like, oh, I just wish I had a little bit more. It's like, no, I wish I had like 2 or 3 more rounds. I could keep going. So if you like a little bit more of an in-depth, slow burn, build it up, brain burn, it's over too quick. So if you like that kind of slower game, it's not going to scratch that itch. So I think those are kind of my main thoughts. But overall, really recommend it. It's a ton of fun. Wisdom of Solomon. Alright, so let's go ahead and take the spotlight off of Wisdom of Solomon by Philip DeBerry and published by Funhill Games. If you want to know more about the game, take a look in the description section where you'll find a link to my unboxing as well as a setup and kind of gameplay sample of Wisdom of Solomon. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any comments for me, questions, feedback on the game, my channel, board gaming in general. I'd love to connect with you. So, until next time, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like what you see, and as always, have a wonderful day.